All right. Hello, hello for those who are watching live or actually on the replay. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Okay, so do I want to bring this back or the forward? All right. Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Monday. How is everybody? Feel free to say hi, howdy, hello. Okay, let's bring this back up here. I think I have, let's see. We're good there. All right, cool. Hi, Denise. How are you, my dear? It's great to see you on here. I think we're good there. Hi. Oh, hi, Medra. How are you? Y'all are just catching me on all hours of the day. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. How was everybody's weekend? Happy Monday. Hi, Susan. I actually typically I usually go on about this time, but for a couple of weeks there, I'm like, oh, let me try it at night. So I haven't gone to bed yet, and I'm like, let me just try it and go on again, etc. So I'm just like, well, whatever. I didn't. No, I spruced it up a little bit, but it's just still the same color. It's the same color. Just needs to be washed. That's probably what it is. All right, let's see. Happy Monday, y'all. I am. Thanks, Brett or Brent. You had pink last year. Yeah, pink is the color that I tend to gravitate to most. But I just kind of do it intuitively. Like whenever I feel a different color come in, I'm like, okay, let's do that color. So, hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? What is up? Happy Monday. I'm like, do I just get into it? Yeah, let's just get into it. 1 second. Hi, Dylan. So what is up, all everybody? So what is up, everybody? My name is Angelica, and I am a reader, a healer, a catalyst, and a bridge. And oh, thank you. I love it. One moment. And if you want to know more about me, essentially, you can go to my website and read more about me there, because I have all of the things. So if you want to know more about me, then go there. But today I'm going to be offering free and paid readings, right? So we'll do some. I do offer mediumship. It is one of my paid services. So getting into that, I am offering free and paid readings. As far as the readings go, my specialty as a reader is being able to tune into your energy field and be able to pinpoint resistance, right? And be able to translate what's going on in your field with words. And so if you are into, if you would like a free reading or a paid reading, let me know. I'm going to get into it now. So my free readings are mini readings, okay? And, okay, hold on. What's going on here? So you leave a comment with your name and a question. You can be general, open, health, career, etc. Notice that I don't have love on there because I'm being guided to kind of veer away from love readings. However, if I'm intuitively guided to read you in a free reading, then we're gonna roll with it, okay? I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, and for the free mini readings, it's one question only, okay? So we're gonna keep it very concise, very compact, okay? And y'all are already hitting up the I love it. You're already hitting up the whatchamacallits, the comments. I love it. Keep it going. As for paid readings, I have paid services, so it's not just paid readings, but as for paid readings, actually, that's going to be, I forgot to change this. But now you can't read it. I think you can. So it's actually donations of $25 minimum. My rates are increasing, okay? All the links to donate are in my profile, and you gotta let me know in the comments that you donated because I don't always get notified here, okay? My paid services today, besides the free mini readings, are $25 for readings. Like I just said, $39 for energy work and energy clearing or any other intentions you might have. I offer mediumship for $39. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for the roses. I really appreciate that. And then $39 for multi-dimensional mediumship. So mediumship is connecting with past loved ones, and multi-dimensional mediumship is connecting to guides, multi-dimensional aspects of yourself, etc. Okay, and those are paid. All right, and if you are looking to get on the list for a paid reading, my paid readings always go first. I would recommend to do that early, okay, because it's going to be a short live today. So my mediumship is paid services, guys, okay? It's a paid service. You can actually ask Healing Goddess. You can actually ask a question for free. However, with the free readings, what happens with those is I just let my intuition, I let spirit kind of guide me to whoever I need to read. Okay, so to get on the list to pay for a reading is to guarantee that you get read. You know what I mean? And if the free mini readings are going to be compact, concise, very, very, small. The paid readings are going to be a little bit more in depth. And if you want something more than that, like a super in-depth reading, I would invite you to book with me. Okay. All right. I don't. The readings, the free readings simply apply to, like, if you have a specific question, it can't be around mediumship though. It has to be, either general, open, something that you maybe want to dig into about your life. But since the free mini readings are smaller, I would, I'm kind of putting a cap on that. It's mediumship is just paid. Alrighty. I'm just scrolling through the comments. Well, sure. Go ahead and ask your question, my dear. Healing Goddess. If you have any questions about service or services or just general questions, feel free to ask those as well. Still scanning through the comments. So I'm just going to scan through the comments. And And we're going to dig deep. We're going to have some fun. And know that you can always watch this live later on my YouTube. Everybody has spiritual gifts. Susan, everybody does. Hi, Janice. How are you? I didn't get it. I didn't see it. I'm still scanning through the comments, my dear. I haven't seen your question. You might want to post it again. It depends on how open they are, Janice. Janice asks, can you tell when someone has strong abilities? It depends on how open they are, and what the context is. It depends on how relevant it is to, like, if I'm reading them. It depends on how relevant it is in the moment. But yeah, I've been able to tell. Yeah. I'm not sure what you mean, healing goddess or Jazz. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you maybe rephrase the question? I'm not sure I understand. Nira, I'm a mom of a 2-year-old and applied for nearly 150 jobs but couldn't get them. Can I earn money? Of course you can. Of course you can. This feels like, I'm just going to kind of tune in a little bit. It feels like more about alignment. So I'm going to give it to you straight. Okay? A lot of us right now, like the 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of it's not cutting it with inflation, with all of the shit that's going on, the chaos and all of the prices going up and the inflation basically everywhere. It's not enough to have a job. Right now, it's more about, spirit and the nature of ascension, the nature of evolution is handing us the opportunity to grow and evolve and come into alignment with our worth, and knowing we're worth more than just getting a job that's going to just like get us by. Having a job to just get by is not going to work anymore. It's not going to work. You could have 3-4 jobs just to get by, and it's still not going to work. It's because of the nature of the times that we're in. We're evolving, we're growing, and there's a lot of things happening. So it's meant to pull us into and pull us up. It's essentially calling us into getting into alignment. Get into alignment of what actually brings you joy, what ignites you. Doing that. And of course you can earn it. You can earn money. It does feel like there's some worth issues and worthiness issues in there. And some money blocks. But of course you can earn money. I think it's just about diving deeper into any potential money blocks, because I feel a couple of them in there. And then alignment. coming into alignment and coming back to what actually brings you joy. But of course you can earn money. That coupled with, you know, now is the grand opportunity to, you know, educate ourselves and to learn new skills in order to really uplift ourselves and empower ourselves so that we can keep up with the ever-changing evolution of humanity. Okay, having what, you know, a 9-to-5 job, you know, one to pay all of the bills isn't going to cut it. And I feel like just getting a job, that I feel like that's not gonna cut it for you anymore. Okay, for most of us, it's not gonna cut it. Okay, that's what I feel for you, my dear. These are my dreams. My dreams, are they projections, interpretations? I'm having dreams over and over again about someone coming after me, watching me. Oh, so are they projections of real life of this person stalking you? Okay, let me feel into that, my dear. It feels like a couple of things are happening. I am trying to figure out what that is. It does feel, one of the things that I feel is an energy leak. So your energy is allowing for this to happen at night. Different projections, different things to happen. So it keeps on happening. Let me see. I'm just going to tune in to see if it's... I almost get a mixed answer of like yes and no. This is interesting to me. It feels like a yes and no. Like a yes, there might be like beings this person's unconsciously working with that's doing some stuff. Also no, in that it's also your energy, that it feels like your energy field is is leaking. Your energy field is leaking, and it's allowing things to come in at night. And that's one of the times when we're most vulnerable. So I would recommend creating a nightly ritual that's going to bring in a lot of light, and how, you know, protection, not out of fear, but protection out of just like, okay, this is my space and I'm going to make it nice and safe. So I would recommend finding or creating your own nighttime protocol so that you're sealing your energy every night before bed. You're because it feels like there's the energy breach or the energy leak is coming from giving your power away to this person. There's an energetic dynamic that's causing a leak. Okay, and that's why these projections, these things are coming in, especially if they're coming in like very frequently. Okay, they're occurring very often. So I would say that get a nighttime routine that brings in a lot of light, clear your fields, do all of the things, whatever is going to make you feel safe and or protected. I don't always like using that word because sometimes people use that word, especially in spiritual communities, out of fear, and it's more like out of like, no, this is my space and I get to feel safe and you know, in my own space. My boundaries are respected. So that's kind of what I feel around that. Okay. Let's see. Let me get. Hi, Jillian. I've been live. I have been going live at night. You're welcome, Nira. I hope that helps. Always, if I do read you, it's up to you to determine and feel into how does this resonate? Does this resonate? Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay? And apply it into your life in the way that feels good to you. I've been good. I've been well, Jillian. How have you been? You're welcome. You're welcome, Healing Goddess. I hope that helps. Boom, boom, boom. Hi, Ash. Learning to meditate is annoying. It's so important, though. It's like it's staying disciplined, you know, on your workout routine or your, you know, healthy eating habits, right? It's like that. Sometimes it's like, ugh, but it's part of the discipline that builds the character, and it's like a whole initiation process, especially if it's like, at first. True love is all around you, my dear Dylan. You are your own true love. I understand what you're saying, but a lot of us, this is why I say this, because a lot of us, and I know this because I've seen it in myself, so I'm not just talking out of my ass here, but I've seen it myself. I'm like always like looking for this person, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna concentrate on myself. And because a lot of what I've learned through my own process is that a lot of us, we're looking for true love or soulmates or twin flames or these types of things. And if we're not looking at ourselves closely enough or giving ourselves that self-awareness, that compassion, that love, pouring all of the things that we want from a partner into ourselves first, we're never going to attract the person we're actually wanting to consciously attract. Okay? So I understand what you mean when you say what you're saying. But the thing is our language is very telling of, I can even feel the under frequencies, or, like the different feelings and emotions and the frequencies underneath underlying what you're really saying. So I would say find the true love within you first, and then see how that shifts things. I know that may not be what you want to hear, and sometimes that's frustrating, but I'm telling you, from my own experience, that's a lot of times that's what most of us need, because most of us have some kind of trauma or some kind of disempowering or imbalanced dynamics in relationship, or emotional baggage around relationships. And until we go and process all of that stuff, until we go inward and look at the things and process them and become aware of our own mechanics, of the way we work and why, and shift the things that aren't working for us, until we do that, we're going to keep attracting the quote unquote wrong people. We're going to keep attracting the people that are reflections of the old dynamics, the old imprints and the templates that were given to us from womb to 7 years old. Okay, so usually when people come to me at this time, I found that this is the message that keeps coming in over and over and over again, because this is where most, or not most, I would say a lot of the collective is right now. Okay, so take it or leave it. You never have to take it. Thank you, Nikki, for the rose. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Hi, Lorna. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm still scrolling through the comments. I'm going through the comments. And just in case anybody doesn't know yet, I'm offering free and paid readings. So if you want to ensure that you do get read, I would invite you to pay for a reading. And I also have other paid services that I'm offering. So if that's something you're interested in and you don't know, let me know and I will tell you. Oh, you have it scheduled. You have it scheduled, Ash. That's awesome. So you're doing the thing. Good for you. Yeah, meditation is tricky. I think my soul decided. Yeah, same. I know what that feeling is like, or at least for me. I don't know how it plays out for you, but it's like all of a sudden something switches and it's like, oh, we're going to do this now. Okay. If you're about to tell me to love myself, I swear to spirit. Yep. I'm telling you. I do not do pregnancy or fertility or any kind of like predictions around those things. Yeah, it's important. It's important. Thank you, Amanda. It's important to love yourself and feel worthy, because a lot of us don't have those blueprints. We weren't given those blueprints in the formative years of our lives. We weren't given those blueprints. I know I wasn't. So because we weren't given those blueprints, we have to take responsibility and be the ones to give it to ourselves. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but you know, I mean, you don't have to take it. But I'm not going to bullshit you. All with love, though. 2 p.m. appointment with spirit. I love it. I love it. I don't do pregnancy predictions or readings. My dear. Chiron. Oh, fun. Chiron. Isn't Chiron just fun? Okay. So, Jess, you asked, does M feel the same way as I do? I don't know how you feel, my dear. The more specific you can be, like, I don't know what you mean by the way you feel. Are you in love? Do you feel attraction? Do you feel resentment? You know what I mean? What do you feel? These are really good questions to start to expand on in a private reading. Yeah, everything's in retrograde right now. It's like, oh, just do its thing. That's why it's like, love yourself. Retrogrades are always about like review. It's all the review, I can't think of any of the words right now, but it's all the words when we go into like retrogrades. It's gotta go back. Oh, we work together and I've developed feelings for him. Okay. Okay. So that clears things up. Thank you for that, my dear Jess. You said, okay, so okay, hold on. All right. I don't know if he shows up of like almost like he's hard to read. I don't know if he's hard to read for you and I'm picking up on him through you. That's probably why you're asking, right? It's like he's hard to read. It feels like it takes him a minute to kind of get to that. I don't know if he shares like deeper feelings very easily. So if you're picking up on something and you feel intuition to do it, you feel inspired to go, I would invite you to just, take a fucking leap and say, hey, I like you. How do you feel? Because I don't know that he would say anything first. I think we've all been hurt, but it feels like he's been hurt, and he kind of closes off in a way of like, I don't know if I want to tell this, and there's like, then there's the work layer of things that, I mean, I don't know what kind of workplace you work in, but that, depending on rules and things around that or whatever, there could be that layer of like, sometimes workplace romances, it depends. For some people it works out, for some people it doesn't. I don't really get a read on him because I'm picking up on him through you, I want to say, and he doesn't give me a lot. I do get like there's some flirting for sure. As for like a clear read on whether he's into you the way you are to him, I think the way I would invite you to just take the leap and be like, hey, look, I don't mean to make things awkward here, but I kind of like you. And, and if that's too much, then, don't do it. But I think it's time. I think it's time, more of us, it's time to take the leap, take a risk. You can always say things in a delicate way. Even if it's awkward, say, hey, I'm kind of feeling a little awkward. I'm not sure how this is reading, but like, I just wanted to put it out there and, be awkward with it. But I think it's time for a lot more of us to just kind of put ourselves out there and see what comes back. And if not, then I don't get a clear reading on him, Jess. It feels like there's some flirty, but like I also feel like he has some closed off emotions that I don't know if he would share those very much outright. Okay. It almost feels like, it's almost like I get the sense that you would have to say something first, because I don't know if he's in I don't know. I can only pick up on him through you. I can't really read him because that would be a violation of my own boundaries. So I almost get the sense that I don't know that he would say anything first. Unless you were like maybe overtly flirty and said, hey, do you want to go get some drinks after work? Or, hey, do you want to go get some coffee? Or you want to get some dinner? Or, you know, hey, are you single? Or, you know what I mean? I think it needs to be a little bit more, but that gets to be up to you. I don't get a reading on him, my dear. Okay. I don't get a clear reading on him. So I'm sorry. Typically I'll get something, but I can only share what I get. You said, but the realizations of the past few days, I was lying to myself, I guess. And even though I was making, you're welcome, Jess. I hope that helps. I'm sorry that wasn't like super clear, but even though I was making progress, I'm doing better than I was, but still, we're always a work in progress. We're always expanding. We're always a student, always a student. Jess says yes. I'm not sure about what, but I'm still scrolling through the comments. I'm making my way. Just popping in though. Oh, just popping in though. You're welcome. Or you're welcome. What? Thank you, Ash. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Okay. Hi, Sarah. You're welcome, Jess. It is. It's not going to be an in-depth reading. K Baby, is that you? DJ, are you K Baby on Cash App? Who sent me 20 for a reading? It's 25. I recently increased, my bad. I increased it this week. So, it's going to be more in depth, yes. If you want super in depth, I would encourage you to consider investing in a one-on-one private session. But yes, it's going to be more in depth than like a mini reading. Thank you, Marie. Oh, it's under Kimberly? Let's see. Oh, is that? Okay, all right. That is you. It comes through as K Baby. Yeah, it's you. All right. Oh yeah, that's okay, cool. All right, we're all caught up. All right, Kimberly, let me know, how can I be of service to you, my dear? First of all, thank you for the donation. I truly appreciate it, and I'm here to be of service. This is spirit-led. This is the thing that gets me, is everything is spirit-led. Everything. It's just, what spirit are you being led by? Everything's spirit-led. That's what confuses me. I'm like, I don't get why people say that. I thought it was spirit-led. Everything is spirit-led. Your higher self is a spirit. God is a spirit. Archangel Michael is a spirit. It depends on what your definition of spirit is. Okay? Oh, okay, I got you. I'm wondering how my partner Luis feels about us and or you. Okay. So let me write your name down. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, we got it. I got you, Kimberly. I got you. All right. And if anybody else wants to pay for a reading, or any one of my other services, I do energy work. I offer mediumship and multidimensional mediumship. The difference between mediumship and multidimensional mediumship is, one, we're connecting with past loved ones. loved ones who have passed, and the other ones we're connecting to guides, you know, or multidimensional aspects of you. Okay. All right. All right, Kimberly. What I was saying was, if you want to if you want to donate for one, I would encourage you to do it now because today's going to be a short live. Okay. All right, Kimberly. You said, okay, I'm going to focus on your question. I'm going to find you. Okay. We're going to, please know that I might say some things that they might hit the heart a little bit. Please know that I'm saying them with as much love and as much compassion in my heart that I have to give. And that's a lot. Okay. When I tune into you, Kimberly, and I'm going to get to your question. Okay. Sometimes spirit just kind of leads me through certain things and then we get to the question. Okay. We get to the good stuff. Sometimes, so when I tune into your energy, what I'm feeling is this sense of this person. It's almost like this person means so much to you that if something happened to the relationship, it would feel devastating. Like not that it would end you, but it feels like it would be like a whole paradigm, like it would just crumble my world. Okay. That's kind of what it feels like. Take that however it resonates, or if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But that's kind of the sense that I'm getting. Okay. And it feels very tender. It feels very like, the word that I initially heard when I was tuning into your energy field was timid. Almost like there's this timidity, this timidness, I don't know if it's to be yourself or to, around the relationship, around the connection. There's this timidness that I get around the connection coming from you specifically, that if somehow this relationship doesn't work out, it's somehow going to mean something negative about you, or it's going to be so devastating that, you know, fill in the blank. That's just the initial feeling. Okay. As we go into it a little bit further, let me just listen for a minute. Okay. Your guides, your higher self wants me to focus on you for a minute. Okay. So I'm going to focus on you. Within that, there's also an invitation, a deeper invitation to look at any, whether it's emotional baggage, like any old unprocessed emotions or any old feelings or beliefs, old trauma around why there's this timidness of feeling so like, that's the word I keep getting, but it almost feels like if this doesn't work out, this is going to mean something about me that's negative, or, you know, or I'm not worthy somehow, or, you know what I mean? So the deeper underlying message here is to look at those things, because that's part of my specialty, right? That I said in the beginning is one of my specialties, to be able to kind of like pinpoint certain areas of pain, trauma, emotional baggage, because it's a point in your energy field where it gets stuck, and it's almost like it feels like it's twisted shut. So the deeper message there is, or the deeper invitation there is to look at stuff, old stuff that is no longer serving you, that you're taking into this relationship, and you're projecting it onto this relationship. Okay, so there's that piece. We're going to move into the connection itself, and then I think we're going to move into, I'm not sure, I think we're going to move to the next piece. Let's just move to the next piece. The connection itself feels a little rocky, feels a little shaky. Okay, that's probably why you're here. Please know that just because there are rocky spots or shaky spots within a relationship or within a connection doesn't mean that it's going to end. They are opportunities to deepen the connection, to deepen the relationship. And that takes two parties. So if you're willing to go there, but your partner is not willing to go there, then there's a greater probability for it to break apart. Okay? But if both of you are on the same page and willing to do the thing, it strengthens and it adds to the resilience of the relationship. Okay? So the thing is, also have to remember to take into account that this other person has their own free will and their choice. Okay? So now we're going to move into how this person feels about you. There is a lot of love there. I also get frustration mixed in there. Feeling, the other word that I get in this is inadequate. And this isn't this is interesting because it's not personal towards you, but it's more the stuff that he's working through. Okay, like there's love there in the connection. There's some inner stuff in his mind he's working through. Like there's inadequacy. That's not a word that I typically use myself. That's a word that literally came up. So there's inadequate feelings and there's frustration. So that feels like it causes some spirals in the head. And if the connection is feeling shaky or wobbly, or you feel maybe a little emotional, or maybe you're feeling triggered, or you're feeling his stuff, there's almost this thing that happens where it kind of spins out of control energetically. So if you're feeling like overly emotional, or if you're feeling his stuff and he's tapping into how you're feeling about this, and it's almost like this, you ever look into a mirror with another mirror behind you? It feels like that. You start getting this reverb. Or are you ever talk into a microphone and it does the wah thing? It's like that. It causes feedback. It feels like that. And so it's creating this unsurety in the connection, right? It's creating this oh no, is this, I'm not sure how he feels about me. I'm not sure. This is why they take me back. This is why it's time to look at the stuff from the past that might be causing, that's causing this need to have the relationship validate you. you need to validate you first and know, like, be confident in that. Because you being solid in yourself, releasing this old stuff, these old stories, you being confident in yourself, deciding you're confident, and kind of working, maybe doing some inner work on that first, that's going to tell you, that's going to help stabilize the relationship a little bit, because you're working on your stuff. And that's going to allow him to have space and time to work through whatever he needs to work through. And as you work on your stuff, it's going to show you if the relationship is still compatible or not, or where it goes. Okay. But I do feel like your question was, how does he feel about you? There's love there, my dear. There's definitely love there. He's just going through shit in his own head, and it's not necessarily personal towards you. But guess what? The divine dichotomy within that is, like, it's not personal towards you, but it's also, you're personally experiencing it, so it's also personal. There's a dichotomy there. So it's making peace with that. Like, it's not personal. Also, you're having your own personal experience and recognizing that and honoring that. So does that answer your question? Whoa, that's not what I meant. Let's see. A lot of, let's see. It's gonna mean that I'm not worthy. Oh, yeah, I get that. I get that. Many of us have that same thing. That's why we go out and try to do all the things, or, you know, get all the followers or get all the money. Because we have those worthiness wounds. You're not the only one, my dear. We trust me, that's one of my core wounds that I still work with and contend with from time to time. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I feel like I finally found something for me after so much pain. That if after so many tries and this gets taken away for some reason, I'm going to feel defeated. You get that? I get that. That's what I was connecting. The connection is really good. I just get nervous. Yeah. I don't know if you are, but it feels like you might be an anxious attachment style. And so if we ever feel like someone's going through their stuff, and if, like, say for me, for example, I'm extremely empathic. I can feel when people aren't feeling some kind of way. And sometimes I project that out so strongly, I don't realize I'm also doing the same thing. And so if I feel someone's doing the same, doing the things or whatever, and I'm like, oh no, oh shit, because of the trauma that I've experienced in past relationships with my mom, with my dad, with my core relationships as a kid, I never felt really secure. I always felt like, holy shit, like, oh no, it's always drama, always emotional turbulence and turmoil. And so when I feel someone else feeling frustrated or some kind of way that I can't quite put my finger on, I get like anxious and I get like, oh no, oh no. And it's like what I've learned, what I've had to learn is that I have to come back to me and I have to keep giving that love to me. I have to protect my confidence. I have to say, yes, I am worthy no matter what. This isn't a reflection of me. It's more of a reflection of me in the way that it's like, I need to give this to myself because this person is also their own person. They go through their own stuff and they need their own time. And I need to be able to give that to myself. We can't expect for someone, we can't depend on the relationship to make us happy. Does that make sense? We got to make us happy. That's not to say that the relationship can't make you happy. I'm saying being dependent upon the relationship solely to make you happy is going to create you know, if the relationship goes weird, you're not going to be steady. So you need to be steady in here, in your body, in your soul. Like your soul is steady, but like, you know what I mean? Within, internally. Okay. Let me see. I do feel like there's a lot of love there. It's just there's some things, I don't think you're the source of frustration. I think there's some energetic dynamics going on between you that you both, and especially if you're in a relationship, you're gonna vibe off each other, right? So if you're vibing real lovey-dovey, you know what that feels like. And when it gets like real shaky, it's just kind of learning how to come back to your peace and your center, you in your body, and not relying on the relationship to tell you how to feel. Okay? We haven't had any arguments, so I was wondering what was causing him frustration. I don't know. It feels more internal. I don't get like, because I'm not reading him specifically, I'm reading him through you and the connection through you. So it's more like it feels internal, like it feels in the head. I go to the head. Hi, Kayla. How are you? It does help answer your question. Okay. I'm definitely anxious attachment style. Yeah, so when you're anxious attachment style, the best thing you can do for yourself is to keep giving that love to yourself, girl. Keep pouring that love into yourself, because sometimes our partner is unable and we can't always expect the partner to do the things. We don't want to be, I mean, it's not that they can't, but you don't want to be dependent upon, that, and how that's going to make you feel worthy, make you feel confident, make you feel grounded and centered and peaceful. You have to do that work. It's not your partner's. So you really have to, like, especially if you're anxious, like, like me, if you're anxious attachment style, you really got to like come back to here. You know what I mean? So I hope that does help, my dear. And feel free, if you feel like you've missed anything or you want to rewatch that, you can rewatch that on my YouTube channel. Okay. Not to promote anything, but like I found that people like to rewatch it because it's like, oh, I forgot that part. Thank you, Diana, for the rose. Alrighty then. So, one last call. Thank you again, Kimberly, for the reading and for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you. So one last call, free free readings and paid readings. So my free mini readings. Leave a comment with your name, question. Could be general, open, health, career. I'm going to scroll through the comments, see if there's anything else. Okay. No pregnancy or fertility. All right. One question only if you do have a question. And as far as paid readings, this is our last call. Paid readings, donations of $25 minimum. It used to be $20, but my prices are increasing. All the links to donate are my profile, just like Kimberly just paid. And then let me know in the comments if you do decide to donate. And then my paid services are readings, energy work and clearing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. Okay? All right. So if there's anybody else, that's my last call. Let me know in the comments. Let's go back. What's going on here? I'm doing a live. Let's see. Oh. All right. That's better. Last call, last call. If you did previously put a question in there, just to let me know that you're still here and you still want a certain question answered, go ahead and put that again in the chat or in the comments. And if not, then that's cool too. Hello, hello from Norway. Hello from the States. This is the one that I was really called to do. Vanessa, you ask, why do I push everyone away? This is a really great question. And thank you for being so vulnerable in this space. So I'm just going to listen to your field for a minute. It's out of fear. It's almost like a self-sabotage. It's almost like, okay, let's see. It's coming to me in pieces. So I'm going to do my best to piece this together in a way that you can understand. It's like a self-sabotage fear thing. It's fearing that it's almost like doing it before others have to have a chance to do it or find you out or, figure like, very interesting. I'm trying to put it together in my head though, so it makes sense. So I could put it into words that make sense. It's a fear. It's basically a fear. And it's almost like pushing others away before they push you away or they have a chance to push you away. But it's actually goes back to old relationship dynamics. Again, womb through about 7. Okay, so anytime from womb, when we're in the womb to when we're 7 years old, these are our formative years. This is when we are creating our basis for relationships that are going to keep lasting until we become conscious of them and shift them. Okay. So it feels like they take me back to very early childhood, feeling rejected, feeling abandoned. And because of that, and because of maybe how you defined those relationships or those experiences, and that stuck with you, it's like you reject, you abandon, you push away before others have a chance to. And you don't even, here's the kicker. It's not even that people are going to do that. In the end, it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to push you away. It's just the fear that people are going to push you away. They're going to abandon you. They're going to reject you like they did when you were younger. And so it's like to protect yourself from getting hurt again like that, because it caused a lot of fucking hurt. I feel it in the heart, causes me a lot of heartache. I'm going to do it before I get hurt because I don't want to go through that again. If I go through that again, it's almost like I might die. I'd be devastated. I don't know what would be left of me if somebody did that to me again. So I'm going to push people away before they push me away, because that saves me pain. But it really doesn't. It pushes other people away. It breaks connections, or I'm sure that makes sense. You know, you're essentially choosing to abandon or reject the relationship before you quote unquote get hurt. But it's what you're doing is you're acting from the past. You're not actually in the present. You're in the past when you do this. Okay? Does that make sense? That's what I get. Yeah. So, oh God, you're right. Yeah. Everything is everything is going to go back to those formative years of womb to about 7 years old. That's when we're developing our sense of self, our confidence, you know, so many different things, our relationships, our family, our connection. And then we go through other parts of our life, right? You know, when we hit our teenage years, that's when we're learning about our individuality and how to, you know, be individual, be unique, or just be ourselves. We're looking for our own individual voice, etc. But it, you know, those formative years are when our relationships are being formed, and what we think about relationships, what we feel about relationships. And sometimes these things actually also come in through the bloodline. Okay, so sometimes we're just repeating what our ancestors repeated, or what our ancestors did and or repeated. Okay, so they come in one of three ways. We're either inheriting it through the bloodline, we're creating some kind of story in our head from our experiences because we don't have context, we don't have perspective yet, or it's projected up on us by others in our reality. Like it's like, oh, you believe this, or like it's kind of like the example that's coming up is religion. Is like, you know, you maybe perhaps you grow up going to a certain church, or having, or even, you know, or your parents were atheist or whatever, and you know, oh, but you know, it was something that was placed upon you or forced upon you, projected upon you. That those are the three ways that we inherit, or we have the relationships or have the dynamics that we have. It's one of those three ways. So that's why you push people away. Repeating, yeah. And until that was the other part. Until we go in and consciously become aware of the dynamics, of the pains, of the different things, of the wounds, of the reasons why, or the beliefs that we created from those experiences, until we go in and consciously identify and shift that stuff, we're going to repeat it until we choose to become aware of those things. That's why I do that's why I do the work that I do. I love doing these type of readings, because it's like I like to help people identify those things, or just shed light. Typically people are aware to some degree, and it's just like shedding more light and saying, hey, like, look at this. This is, if you shift this, it could be of a really, you know, I am. It's like spiritual counseling. I'm basically a spiritual counselor. It's the thing is, I've done all of this stuff because I experienced so much trauma. So much. Just go down the line of all the different traumas you can have. I've probably had about 90% of those types of traumas. And so in healing myself, I've learned how to help others. I've learned how to identify it within others, just because I'm a good energy reader, and I've, you know, just have those experiences to share with others, to help, you know, to help support them and empower them to empower themselves, to know that, like, you don't have to hold on to this shit. You don't. Hi, Gem Spirit. Yeah. I love it. I love it. It's rewarding. I like it. I want to do it on a bigger scale. I'm planning to do it on a bigger scale to help people, because that's why the world is the way it is. All right. So last call. Was there any other readings, free readings? Anybody else that wanted a free little mini reading that's still here? Hi, Regina. I don't know if you're still on here. Before I retire for the day. Oh, excuse me. So with those, go ahead and leave a comment with your name and a question, like whatever it is that you're looking for, and I'll do my best to kind of just scan through the comments and see. Um, um, all right, let me just kind of tune in. Gem Spirit, you're asking, you'd like to know why you've been single for 20 years? The answer that comes into my mind is sometimes let me think of the words. What are the words? Sometimes there are certain cycles or paths or times in our life where it's important, like it's just part of the path where we are walking alone. It doesn't mean that we're lonely, but it's just part, sometimes that's just part of the path. Okay, it's just been part of the path. Let me I'm just listening to see if there was anything else, because it felt like there might be, it feels like there might be something else a little deeper. Um, but I'm not really, I can feel it. I can feel it. It's underneath all of that. I'm just listening. There's almost like, it feels like I get like a boom, something happened, and then single, and then it's almost like settling into it as well. There's this feels a little bit complex, so I'm not going to go into all of it, but like I get a boom. I'm not sure what that boom is, but like I hear like a boom, and then I get single, and then I get like a groove, like like if you sit on a couch, if you sit in the same place every day, like you almost wear a groove into it. Or if you walk the same path every day, you wear a groove into it. That's what it feels like. It's like almost like it feels like it's become also a part of a comfort zone. Um, I don't know if it's used as an excuse or if that's maybe the word that you would use, but that's kind of how it comes across. Like I get it, like, I don't know if I'd use that exact word, but kind of feels like that. It feels comfortable at this point. That even though the conscious mind would like some, a partner, a mate, a spouse, that feels like there's something underneath unconsciously that's like, it feels like there's a part of your unconscious that's like, nope, that's unsafe. It feels unsafe to go back there for whatever reason. So I might, if this were me, I would invite you to look at, I don't know what that boom was, or if you know, like, what comes to mind with that boom of like, all of a sudden you were single. What happened right before you became single, and then you were like single for 20 years? I would see what happened there, and then pinpoint what feelings or emotions or something also feels like unprocessed as far as emotionally. I don't know if something shut down. And then it was like, nope, I'm comfortable here. We're just going to stay here. That's what it feels like to me. I think I'm going to leave it there, but that's what it feels like. Does that make sense? That's what it feels like to me. Let me scroll through the comments. I thought so. I am lonely though. Yeah, there's yeah, there's like a push and pull internally. Like, I want the things because I feel, like you get a little lonely and you want companionship. But like there's also a pushing away. So there's a push and pull. There's aspects of you that are like, nope. And then there's, consciously you're like, but like, I would like a companion. That would be nice. So you got to reconcile. When it comes to stuff like this, it's important to remember that you got to reconcile the parts that are in resistance to the thing you want. So that's where the gold is. That's where the gems are. That's where you want your attention and your presence and your compassion to go, is excavating, finding out, digging into like, why is that going on? And then so you can heal that and you can reconcile those wounds. Okay. And that's part of self-awareness. Hi Hattie. I don't do pregnancy or anything like that. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings. I'm sorry, my dear. Okay. Seabird, you ask, will my son be okay? He is heading down the, I think he is heading down the wrong path. Let me tune into this, okay? Well, thank you for the panda. The 3 pandas, I like it. All right, so I'm gonna tune into this. So the first layer that I would encourage you to become aware of is our projections onto, I don't know what it's like to be a parent of a kid, but I have 4 cats. And so like, I do know what it's like to be a parent in some kind of respect, right? Maybe not to a person, but to cats. It can be just, for me, it can be just as like, frustrating and aggravating and all the things. But you got to understand that as a parent, or as just anybody, any relationship we have, our projections of fear or worry go into somebody else's field, and it can affect them. Not that we have control over them, but like our worries, our fears can go into their field, and it's kind of like sending black magic. It's kind of like if I'm not saying that you're doing this, I'm saying as an example, people who send black magic can be something as simple as wishing somebody, that they get what they deserve. That's black magic. That's a form of black magic. Like, oh, you're going to get what you deserve, or I hope you blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? That's a form of black magic. And that circulates in someone's field unless they are consciously aware of these things and they're clearing it out. So there's one layer of it. If anything, send him, if anything, know that he is on his path. You can't really ever get it wrong. Although I do understand, especially from like a parent's point of view, I do understand that maybe you might foresee some things. At the same time, you gotta let him live his life and have his experiences, because his experiences are what's going to fuel his life and fuel his perspective. Because a lot of times when we come from like a parental perspective, we may have gone through certain things and we want to prevent, certain things. Don't go down that path. All we can do is really be a guide and say, here, look, these are my experiences. You can learn from them if you want to. It's more like offering your experiences and what you learned from them. And you got to let them learn their own way. Because again, it goes back to perspective. Our experience, think about the experiences that you had, and maybe turning points in your life that you had that you're like, if you didn't have these previous experiences, these experiences of contrast, like starting to go down a wrong road, and then like all of a sudden having like a moment of clarity, and you shifted everything entirely, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go down this road now. And if it wasn't for this previous path you had been on, it wouldn't be so freaking profound in your mind now of like why that meant so much to you to go down this path now. It's the same thing. This is what I mean by his perspective is going to fuel, or his experience is going to fuel like his perspective, and his experiences are going to be what, if he has those moments of clarity, it's going to be what finally creates that shift. But sometimes you got to just let people, we're not here to save people. We can't do anything like that, but what can you do? You can pray for him and just, send angels, or send light around him. Say, I honor your path. The best thing I feel like we can do to anybody or for anybody that we may want them, we may want more for them, is to honor the path that they're on, and honor their perspective, and honor where they're at. Because it's all a part of learning and experience and growing. And it gets to be their choice. Okay? So that's another layer of it. He's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. He just needs to learn from his own perspective and his own experience what really is truly right for him and not right for him. Does that make sense? He's going to be okay. I would say honor his path and, pray for him, or whatever brings you comfort to help you, bring you peace, you know, just know that he's going to be okay, and that his perspective is going to, like, it's his journey. You can't do anything. Nobody could have told you anything. Like, I know when I was younger, nobody could have told me anything, especially if they were doing it from a place of like trying to manipulate me into doing things their way, or they were saying they were worried about me, or I was like, but this is my life. I get to live it. Like, don't, like, it depends on how you approach it. And then we can't always control how someone else's receives our message. So in the meantime, I would find ways to come to peace with it's his journey, and maybe allow it to illuminate within you where your own worries, where your own fears are within you. Because if you didn't have some kind of fear or whatever there, you wouldn't be projecting it onto him. You would just be sending him all the love and saying, hey, okay, like, I get it. You know, maybe I wouldn't choose this for you, but like, I respect you. I honor you. I honor your path. You know, I'm going to just send you all the love, send you all the empowerment. When you are ready, that is there for you. You know what I mean? So that is kind of what I would suggest, if that made any sense. Yes, that's what he says. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. Do your best. I would say do your best to make peace with it for you. Otherwise, you're going to keep driving yourself crazy and keep projecting into his field. So do your best, whatever you can, to make peace with where he's at. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome, my love. All right. Alrighty, my dears. I'm going to sign off, and I will be on either tonight or tomorrow. Depends. But thank y'all so much for hanging out. And you can always watch the replay on my YouTube channel. And if anybody is interested in booking a session, or, you know, whether it's healing or a private session with me, you can hit me up through the link in my bio. Okay? Much love, and I will see you guys on another live. Bye.